Hey, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Cherry Field in Tucson. Todd Garbison for Southwest Sports Network. It's play-by-play coverage in the 2016 Chris Moon Memorial Cherry Field Classic, and we're underway in the championship bracket, the semifinals. And we've got a good one, expecting a good one here today, as we have the number 1 seed St. Laurence Vikings out of Burbank, Illinois, and the Bishop Gorman Gaels out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Bo Capana leads off for Bishop Gorman. And he's up there with a count of 1 ball and 1 strike. And the next pitch low and in, and it's 2 balls and a strike. So Capana leads off for the Gaels. And trying to get things started. Jimmy Burnett, the left-hander, starts this semifinal game for St. Laurence. And a high pop-up, and that's fouled back and out of play. And the count goes to 2-2. Burnett into the wind, the 2-2 pitch. Missed low, 3 balls and 2 strikes. And Burnett back to the wind at 3-2, and it's low for ball 4. Leadoff walk starts things off in this semifinal game. The winner of this game will face the winner of number 2 Canyon del Oro and number 4 Rancho.
Now batting number 1, center fielder Jarrell Hingata.
Jarrell Hingata, the center fielder, bats now for the Gaels. Again, Canyon del Oro, the number 2 seed local, just north of Tucson in Oro Valley. Rancho out of Las Vegas. And got it at the plate and ready. And the first pitch misses low and in for ball 1. So Capana at first base leading off and playing shortstop. Hingata batting second and playing center field. Miles Denson is the right fielder. He bats third for Bishop Gorman. Then Austin Wells works behind the plate and hits fourth. Nick Hernandez at first base bats fifth. Now a bunch shown, a pitch is low, and it's 2-0. Hitting sixth is the designated hitter, Jordan Sedovia. Batting seventh is the second baseman, Nick Israel. Then in left field, Braxton Worley hits eighth. Marcus Page bats ninth and plays third base for Bishop Gorman. Check of the runner at first base. And the 2-0 bunt shown, and a bunt down this time. Throw goes to second base, but it is not in time. The ball dropped out there as well, and St. Laurence gambling, trying to go after the lead runner, not able to get the runner at second base. Should go as a sacrifice fielder's choice for Hingata. And the batter will be Miles Denson. First 2 aboard for Bishop Gorman in the top of the first inning. Bunt shown again, the pitch low and in for ball 1. Now Burnett ready again. The left-hander comes set as he looks back to second base. Another pitch low and inside, 2 balls and no strikes. And time is called. And we'll set the defense for the Vikings. Zach Verta is in left field. Anthony Robles in center field. Jack Kavanaugh plays right. Matt McCormick starts at third base. Brian Lyle is the shortstop. John Peterson at second. Ryan Hampy at first base. And Anthony Rios behind the plate, catching Jimmy Burnett. Again, the bunt on, and this time it's bunted down the third base line. Picked up there, and a throw on to first base. Not in time. Denson with a bunt single loads the bases for Bishop Gorman in the top of the first inning, and the batter is Austin Wells. First, a timeout from the Vikings dugout. We play in the top of the first inning, no score. Now Austin Wells takes up and in for ball one. Rios had to leap out of his crouch to keep that one from going to the backstop. Bases loaded, nobody out, top of the first inning for Bishop Gorman. Pitch misses away, and it's 2-0. Walk started the inning. Failed fielder's choice on a sacrifice attempt for Hingata as the throw went to second late. Put runners at first and second, then Miles Denson bunted for a base hit. He was up there willing to sacrifice himself, but the bunt was good enough that he was able to beat it out at first base. Now 3-0 the count on Austin Wells. Pitch inside, and it's ball four. A four-pitch walk with the bases loaded. That forces in a run as Capana scores. And the Gaels have a run in the top of the first inning, and the batter will be Nick Hernandez.
First round for catcher Wells, first base number 14, Bryce Rocoloni. Now batting 24, first baseman Nick Hernandez.
First 1-2, Hernandez misses for ball one. Bryce Ruggerol on as the courtesy runner at first base. Pitch over for a strike, and they count 1-1. Bases loaded. Still nobody out. A run in for the Gaels in the top of the first inning, and Nick Hernandez trying to add on. Fouls a pitch back, and they count 1-2. Burnett searching for the first out here for the Vikings, and he gets it on a high fastball. Swing and a miss for Hernandez, and that's the first out of the inning and the ball game. The batter is Jordan Segovia.
Returning pitcher Zach Drake. Number 20, designated hitter Jordan Segovia.
And a fastball high for ball one. Bases loaded, one out, a run in for Bishop Gorman. And a swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. Burnett looking in as Rios goes through the signs. And now Burnett steps off, rolls the wrist over a couple of times, saying he wants a new set. The 1-1 is a breaking ball. It's high and away. 2 balls and a strike. Now the set and a pitch. Punched out and knocked foul, first base side. And the count goes to 2-2. Hingata at third, Denson at second. And Ruggerol running at first base for Wells. Two-two pitch. Inside, just about got him, and the count goes full at 3-2. He'll know where to put Segovia with the bases full. Now the set and the pitch, and that hits him Would have been ball 4, but a hit batter, same result. Forces in a run. Bishop Gorman has a second run here in the top of the first inning as Rios is back out to talk to Burnett. Bases stay loaded with 1 out, 2 runs in for Bishop Gorman. And the batter will be Nick Israel.
Second baseman Nick Israel.
And first pitch fastball to Israel high for ball 1. Burnett has given up 2 walks and a hit batter. Also a bunt base hit. Not a ball out of the infield. Next one low and away, 2-0. Now the set and the pitch. Over the outside corner, a strike, and it's 2-1. Burnett ready again. The pitch threw it to the backstop, but the runner does not take off from third base. The count goes to 3-1. That one came out earlier, slipped out one or the other, and all the way to the backstop. First of 2 games for us today, by the way. We'll be staying right here on field number 1 for the next game, which will be number 6 Cienega and number 8 San Marcos. And a pitch high, and it's ball 4, and another run is forced in. It's a 3 spot for the Gaels in the top of the first inning. And the batter is Braxton Worley. First pitch at the knees, strike 1. And Burnett with the next one, that's high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Now a good start to this one for Bishop Gorman. A slow start, though, as Burnett is trying to get dialed in. And he hits another batter. This time it's Worley. And that forces in another run. Wells scores. Actually, his courtesy runner scores. Now Sadovia at third, Israel at second, Worley at first. Batter is Marcus Page. And again, time called as Rios is out to talk to his pitcher. Now Page in there and awaits the first one from Burnett. And it misses for ball 1. Double-barreled action for St. Lawrence. Righty and a lefty both starting to get loose in a hurry as the pitch is outside, and it's 2-0. And that ball foul to the backstop. Good cut there on 2-0. High pop up in the infield. That'll be an infield fly, and the batter is out. Page pops out to the shortstop, Brian Lyle. And we go back to the top of the order for Bo Capana, who walked and scored earlier in the inning. Alex Verta, the right-hander that's starting to get loose in the Vikings bullpen. And the first pitch low and in, ball one. I believe Tom Farrell is the left-hander getting loose. 2-0 the count. We're a little bit screened, a lot of shrubbery for those of you that are at the tournament this week or have been to Cherry Field before. That ball hit well out to left field. That's going to send the left fielder back. He looks up, and it's gone. A grand slam from the leadoff hitter, Bo Capana. And an exclamation point here in the first inning. The ball did not leave the infield until this at-bat, and it leaves in a big way. A grand slam and a home run for Capana. 4 runs come in, and it's an 8-run first inning. Now Jarrell Hingata. He'll bat with the bases empty and 2 away, and he takes low for ball 1. That's back up the middle and off the pitcher. That recovers and throws, but throws wide over at first base. Now they're going to come in and check on Burnett to see if he is okay. That'll be an infield base hit for Hingata. And they'll see if Burnett is okay to stay in the ballgame. Pitching change for St. Laurence as left-hander Tom Farrell is out to try to get the final out in the first inning. First pitch to Miles Denson is low for a ball. I think the pitching change was not having anything to do with the ground ball that came back and got Burnett. I think it was just a decision to make the pitching change. 1-1 the count now as Denson takes a strike. He had a bunt base hit and scored earlier in the inning. 12th man to come to the plate for the Gaels in the first, and they have scored 8 times. Pitch off the plate, and they count 2-1. Had a little break in the temperature yesterday, warmed back up again today, and it's supposed to be warmer again tomorrow. It's the next one over for a strike 2-2, but we have had clear skies all week. Bright sunny days here at Cherry Field in Tucson. Now the 2-2 pitch. And that misses outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Runner at first and 2 outs. And an 8-run first inning for Bishop Gorman. And the 3-2. And a fly ball to right center field. And that'll get down for a hit. Runner's going to be waved. No, going to hold him at third base. So it's a double. Second hit of the inning for Denson. And 2 more in scoring position for the Gaels. So Hingata to third, Denson at second. And the batter will be Austin Wells.
Catcher, Austin Wells.
Wells walked with the bases loaded and scored earlier in the inning. And a high fly ball down the right field side, but that's going to get out of play, and that'll be strike 1. Now the 1-strike pitch. Bounced in, blocked by Rios. to keep the runners held. Farrell with the 1-1. Over for a strike, and it's 1-2. Two in scoring position with 2 outs. The 1-2 pitch is a called third strike, and that ends the inning. 13 come to the plate for Bishop Gorman in the first. They score 8 times. After a half inning, Gaels 8. Vikings coming up. Jimmy Burnett, the leadoff hitter for St. Laurence in the bottom of the first inning. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Next pitch, Anthony's a strike, and it's 1-1. The 1 and the 1-1 pitch. Anthony's a strike, 1-2. Following Burnett in the order is the second baseman, John Peterson. Matt McCormick will hit third and play third base. Anthony Rios, the catcher, bats fourth. Then in right field, Jack Kavanaugh bats fifth. And a ground ball over on the right side. And that's thrown away over at first base. Zach Greck, the starting pitcher, came off the mound. Couldn't get it as he jumped up for it. Continued on to the bag at first, but they throw a little bit off the mark, and that should be an infield single for Burnett. Peterson going after the first pitch, and that's bounced just over the head of the pitcher, Greck, and the Vikings put 2 aboard to start the bottom of the first inning. Got a long way to go, but a good start to the inning. Back-to-back infield base hits, and the batter, Matt McCormick. So I mentioned Kavanaugh in right field hitting 5th. Zach Verta, the left fielder, is 6th. Anthony Robles in center field bats 7th. Number 8 hitter is the first baseman, Ryan Hampy. Then Brian Lyle bats 9th and plays shortstop. The ball fouled out of play on the third base side. Nothing in 1 to McCormick. And a pitch. And that's fouled out of play, third base side, and it's 0-2. 8 runs for Bishop Gorman in the top of the first inning. They did it on 4 hits. There were 3 walks and 2 hit batters. And the 0-2. Grounder over to the right side. Knocked down, and a spin move there for Israel, and he throws to Hernandez to retire McCormick. 4-3 ground out, first out of the inning for St. Laurence. And it brings up Anthony Rios. First one to Rios, over for a strike. Burnett at third, Peterson at second with 1 out for the Vikings in the bottom of the first. And a breaking ball hit on a line, picked up now on a bounce, and a throw on to first base is in time. That'll bring in a run for the Vikings. That ball came off the bat, thought it was going to get through, but it turned into a long looping one hopper to the shortstop, Capana. And he gets enough on the throw to get Rios at first base. Burnett scores, and the Vikings on the board in the bottom of the first inning, now trailing 8-1. And a fastball at the knees to Jack Kavanaugh is strike 1. Next one low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the 1-1 pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss, 1-2. And Grech with the 1-2 pitch. And a line drive at the second baseman, Israel, with the catch. And that ends the Vikings' first inning. St. Laurence comes back with a run in the bottom of the first. They do it on 2 hits and leave 1 after an inning of play. Vikings trail the Gaels 8-1. Nick Hernandez into leadoff. And takes outside for ball 1. Farrell's 1-0 pitch. Line drive, and that's over the head of the shortstop Lyle and into center field where Jimmy Burnett will get it back in. So Burnett did stay in the ball game. Of course, we saw him hit in the bottom of the first inning, but he stays in and replaces Robles in center field. 5th hit of the ball game for Bishop Gorman belongs to Hernandez, who's aboard at first base, and the batter is Jordan Segovia. And the ball bunted, fielded by Farrell, and the throw to first base is in time. A 1-3 sacrifice as the runner is moved to second base. And the batter is Nick Israel.
Second baseman, Nick Israel.
First pitch off the plate, ball 1. 1 on, 1 out, top of the second inning. Bishop Gorman leading St. Laurence 8-1 rather. And the winner of this game will advance to the championship game tomorrow afternoon. And a ball lifted into shallow center field. Burnett calls off the second baseman Peterson and puts it away for out number 2. Now Braxton Worley was hit by a pitch that forced in a run, and he came around to score. Back in the first inning, takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Look back to second in the pitch. Breaking ball misses high, 1-1. The winner, as I said, advances to the championship game. They'll face the winner of the other semifinal that's being played over on field 2. Fastball is outside, 2-1. It's number 2, Canyon del Oro from just north of Tucson against number 4, Rancho out of Las Vegas. Pitch misses. They throw down to second and out the call. Hernandez trying to get back to the bag, but does not get back in time. And that will end the inning. No runs, a hit, no one left. And after an inning and a half, Bishop Gorman leads St. Laurence 8-1. Ball bounced up the middle on the first pitch of the bottom of the second inning. And Zach Berta grounds out. Israel throws him out for out number 1.
Batting pitcher, Tom Farrell.
Now Tom Farrell at the plate takes ball 1. Ball Foul to the backstop, and the count 1-1. One ball, one strike on Farrell with one out in the bottom of the second. Base is empty. The 1-1 pitch. Over the outside corner, a strike, and it's 1-2. And he going with a pitch there. Ball punched into left field, and that'll be a one-out base hit. Farrell on at first.
First base number 10, David Laurence.
Courtesy runner for the Vikings.
Batting number 3, right fielder Ryan Hampy.
David Locks on to run at first base. And Ryan Hampy going after the first pitch. Fouls it out of play on the right side. And that's strike one. 1 on, 1 out, bottom of the second. St. Laurence trailing Bishop Gorman 8-1. Throw over to first and the runner back. And a swing and a foul ball just in and out of the glove of the catcher Wells. And it's 0-2. Two-strike pitch hit down the right field side, but that's foul and out of play. 1 on, 1 out in the bottom of the second. David Locks running for Tom Farrell over at first base. Zach Greg ready in the pitch. And that's hit into right field, and that'll be a fair ball. Throw to the middle of the infield, and St. Laurence will put runners at the corners. A base hit for Ryan Hampy sends Locks around to third base. The batter will be Brian Lyle.
Shortstop Brian Lyle.
Over to first and the runner back. And a swing and a foul ball is strike one to Lyle, the number 9 hitter in the order for St. Laurence. First 8 hitters with a combined 4 base hits and a run for the Vikings. But they dug themselves such a hole to get things going after Bishop Gorman scored 8 in the top of the first. Pitch over for a strike, and it's 0-2. The Gaels got their 8 runs on 4 hits, plus 3 walks, 2 hit batters. The 0-2 and a line drive, and that's into left center field. That's going to split the outfielders and go to the fence. 1 run scores. Another one going to be waved around as Hampy is on his way to the plate. Throw goes to third base, And safe at third. It's a 2-run triple, and the Vikings trail 8-3. So some power shown out of the number 9 spot in the order for St. Laurence as Lyle drives in 2. That makes it 8-3, and we get a timeout from the Gaels dugout. Now Jimmy Burnett will try to get that runner in from third base with only 1 out, and he takes strike 1. Greg looking in, is ready, and the pitch, and a fly ball hit deep into right field and out of play by several steps, and they count 0-2.
Tell all those effed up guys that I said what's up.
I will, I'll let them know.
0-2 on Burnett, who had an infield single and scored in the first. And a swing and a miss. And that is a strikeout. Second out of the inning. First strikeout for Zach Grech. And the batter is John Peterson. Peterson had an infield single his first time up. And trying to bunt there. Bunts through it for strike 1. And the 1-strike pitch. Ground ball out to short. Fielded there, and Campana's throw on to first base is in time, and that will end the inning. But St. Laurence adds a couple of more in the bottom of the second. They do it on 3 hits. They leave 1, and after 2, the Vikings now trail the Gaels 8-3. 8-9-1 in the order for the Gaels in the top of the third as Braxton Worley takes ball 1. Ball popped up left side, and it's the shortstop Lyle that calls for it. He puts it away for out number 1. Leadoff man retired for the first time for Bishop Gorman in the third inning, and the batter is Marcus Page. Pitch over for a strike. That ball popped up, and it's going to get a little deeper out to left center field. And it's the left fielder Verta with the catch, and that's out number 2.
Shortstop, Bo Capena.
And a ground ball foul just outside of third base off the bat of the Bishop Gorman leadoff hitter Bo Capena. Capena with a walk and a run to start the ball game, and then came up later in the first inning, hit a grand slam. Ground ball over to short, knocked down. The throw on to first, actually going to hold it, no throw. Capena aboard.
It really is.
Now Jarrell Hingata with a runner at first and 2 away in the top of the third. The first pitch misses for ball 1. And a ball lifted into center field. Back goes Burnett, and he is there to make the catch. And the Gaels go quietly in the third inning. For Bishop Gorman in the third, then no runs, no hits, an error, and 1 left. Go to the bottom of inning number 3, and it's still 8-3. And first pitch, fly ball in the bottom of the third inning. That's off the bat of Matt McCormick. And Worley there for the catch. 1 pitch and 1 out in the Vikings third. And the batter is Anthony Rios.
Catcher, Anthony Rios.
Rios with a ground out his first time up. Takes strike 1 from Zach Greck. And next pitch low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. And then ball into left field. And a 1-out base hit. Rios will come off for a courtesy runner. Juan Escamilla running at first base. Now Jack Cavanaugh will bat. Trying to move that runner around and scratch a little closer. First pitch fastball over the outside corner at the knees, strike 1. Bishop Gorman with 8 runs in the top of the first inning. St. Laurence with 1 in the bottom of the first and 2 in the bottom of the second. Pitch off the plate, and they count 1-1. Ball down the right field side, that'll get out of play, and they count 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to the count. Greck sets and the pitch. And a breaking ball high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch. Fastball got in on the fist. And the ball out of play just past the St. Laurence dugout on the first base side. Two balls, 2 strikes on Jack Cavanaugh. And Greck's pitch on the way. And that's foul just outside of first. One on and 1 out, bottom of the third inning. Zach Verta next for the Vikings. Runner gets a big jump, pitches outside and off the glove. And it rolls to the backstop as the count goes to 3-2. Escamilla stops at second base, but give him credit for a steal. And a ball fouled out of play on the right side. We stay 3-2. Escamilla running for Rios at second base, 1 out in the St. Laurence third inning. And the Vikings trailing the Gaels 8-3. Greg looking in for a sign from Wells. And a 3-2. And it got him with a fastball. Swing and a miss, strikes out Kavanaugh. 2 away in the inning for Zach Verta.
Left fielder, Zach Verta.
First one misses for a ball. Throw to second base late. And that pitch over for a strike, and the count 1-1. Greg, the right-hander, ready as he looks back to second base, and the turn back, no throw. And pitch over for a strike, and the count 1-2. Look back in the 1-2 pitch. And that's a called third strike. Not able to pull the trigger there. Berta strikes out. And St. Laurence has turned away in the third inning. No runs, a hit, 1 left. We've put 3 in the books in the semifinals. And St. Laurence trails Bishop Gorman 8-3. 3, 4, and 5 in the order for the Gaels in the fourth. And the first pitch to Miles Denson, low and away for ball 1. Now the wind and the 1-0 pitch. Over the outside corner, a strike. It's 1-1. Back to the wind, the 1-1 pitch. Bounced in there, 2 balls and a strike. Two and 1 from Farrell. This is outside. And the 3-1 pitch. Down the left field line, a fair ball. Stopping at first base with the leadoff single is Miles Denson.
Catcher, Austin Wells.
Now Austin Wells comes to the plate, walked with the bases loaded in the first, and then struck out to end the first after Bishop Gorman sent 13 to the plate, scoring 8 times. Ball popped up into shallow center field. Long run, diving try, and the ball is down. It gets away, and it's going to roll almost to the left field line. The Good effort out there, but the ball down, and it becomes then a base hit. Denson stops at second. He had to wait to see if the ball was going to be caught. And Wells aboard at first base for Nick Hernandez.
First baseman Nick Hernandez.
Yeah, look back to second base. And the first pitch high for ball one. Now Farrell with the set. And the 1-0. Low and in, 2 balls and no strikes. That ball hit well down the left field line. And that is a fair ball. That's going to bounce away, and a throw comes into the infield. It'll go as an RBI double for Nick Hernandez. And the Gaels back on the scoreboard in the top of the 4th inning, now leading 9-3. And they've got 2 more in scoring position with nobody out for Jordan Sadovia.
Designated hitter Jordan Sadovia.
First one down the left field line. That's a fair ball. That's going to roll in toward the corner, and that'll score 2 runs. An RBI and make it a 2-run double for Sadovia. 4 straight have reached to start the 4th inning. The first 3 have scored. It's 11-3, and the batter is Nick Israel. And we'll see how much farther St. Laurence goes with Tom Farrell. The bullpen is quiet.
Second baseman Israel.
Israel walked with the bases loaded in the first, hit a fly ball to center field in the second. Ball lifted into a center field. That'll get down in front of the center fielder Burnett for a base hit. Then as the throw goes to the middle of the infield, Israel takes second base. Sadovia held at third and puts runners at second and third with nobody out for Braxton Worley. First pitch up and in, ball 1. Now the Vikings get a pitcher up. Another left-hander starting to get loose. And the ball hit well out to right center field. That's going to split the outfielders. And it'll be extra bases. Coming around to third base without a throw is Worley. It's a 2-run triple. Five runs across in the inning. It's 13-3 as we get a Vikings timeout. Marcus Page steps in for the Gaels. He'll bat with a drawn-in infield. And the first ball fouled out of play. Facing a new pitcher as Rob Dorrance is on to pitch for the Vikings. Runner at third base and nobody out. In the top of the fourth inning, Bishop Gorman leading St. Laurence 13-3. Winner advances to the championship game, where they'll face the winner of number 2 Canyon Del Oro and number 4 Rancho. Ball bounced in there, and they count 1-1. And a ground ball, and that's through the hole into left field. A base hit to bring in another run. It's 14-3 as Page has his first base hit and RBI scoring Worley. And we head back to the top of the order for the Gaels and Bo Cabana. First pitch on the way, got in on the fist. That's going to be into shallow center, and a diving catch by the center fielder Burnett for out number 1. Now Jarrell Hingata, 9th man to come to the bat in the 4th inning. Check swing. Boy, sure looked like it went around, but even on the appeal, they say no. Check over to first base, and they pitch over the outside corner, a strike, and they count 1-1. (14-3), Bishop Gorman with the lead. Fastball missed outside, a throw down to first, and the runner back. Laurence looking in, and the 2-1 pitch misses for a ball. 3-1. Step and a throw to first, and the runner back. Bishop Gorman with 8 runs in the first. They have scored now 6 in the 4th. St. Laurence with 1 in the first and 2 in the second. Pitch over for a strike, and it's 3-2. Hingata with an infield hit and a couple of trips plus a sac bunt. That ball into right center field. That'll fall for a base hit. Good effort out there for Kavanaugh, who lays out but can't get to it. And now 2 aboard with 1 out for Miles Denson, who led off this inning with a base hit. Ball into shallow center field. Put away there by Burnett for the second out. And it'll bring up Austin Wells. Two on and two out for the Gaels in the fourth. Turn back to second, but no play.
Later, bro.
Now the set of the check back to second base. Instead of step to first, trying to backpick that runner, and they throw over a little bit late. Eleventh man to bat in the inning for Bishop Gorman. And a breaking ball over for strike one. Next pitch misses. 1 ball and 1 strike. One on, one out. I beg your pardon, 2 on and 2 out. A 1-1 count. And a tapper back to Laurence, and he'll throw on to first base to end the inning. 6 more for Bishop Gorman in the top of the fourth inning. They lead 14-3. Anthony Robles re-enters and will lead off the bottom of the fourth inning. Takes outside for ball 1. Next pitch inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Pitch over the outside corner, a strike, 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch. Over for a strike, 2-2. And down on strikes goes Robles for the first out. Yeah, Ryan Hampey had a base hit and scored his first time up. He takes strike 1. Now 1 ball and 1 strike. Base is empty with 1 out in the bottom of the fourth inning. Ball hit out to left center field. Whirly there, and a catch made for out number 2. First one of Brian Lyle misses. And a foul ball at the plate, and the count 1-1. Bishop Gorman in position to move to the championship game of the Chris Moon Memorial Cherry Field Classic. they are able to hang on. But the winner of this one will play the winner of number 2 CDO and number 4 Rancho. Ground ball to short, throw on to first base. Lyle retired. It's a 3-up, 3-down St. Laurence fourth. We head to the 5th inning. It's 14-3. Five, 6, and 7 in the order in the 5th inning, and the first pitch over for a strike. Ball fouled off at the plate, and the count 0-2. A new pitcher out there for St. Laurence. And that pitch inside to hit Hernandez, and he'll go to first base. Sean Donahue, the new pitcher.
Designated hitter Jordan Sedovia.
Now Jordan Sedovia, the DH. First pitch low and away for ball one. Again, the other semifinal game going on over on field 2 here at Cherry Field. Pitch over for a strike, and it's 1-1. It's number 2 Kenyon Del Oro from Oro Valley, Arizona, just north of Tucson, against Rancho High School out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Swing and a miss, and they count 1-2. Our second game of coverage today on Southwest Sports Network will feature number 6 Cienega and number 8 San Marcos. So the Bobcats and the Royals coming up. A 2 o'clock scheduled first pitch. Ball in on the hands, lifted into a shallow right center, and that'll fall for a hit. First 2 aboard for the Gaels in the 5th. And the batter is Nick Israel. Can pretty much solidify tomorrow's coverage. We'll have the 5th place game at noon here on field 1. And then the championship game also here on field 1 at 3 o'clock. Ball hit into right field. Throw goes to second base, but everyone's safe, and it loads the bases as Israel loads them up for the Gaels in the 5th. The batter will be Braxton Worley.
Left fielder Braxton Worley.
Bishop Gorman leading 14-3 in the top of the 5th. And the air really out of this one after the first half inning of play when the Gaels scored 8 runs. Ball into right field, left field rather, and it's caught for the first out. So Worley with a fly ball to left, and the batter is Marcus Page.
Third baseman Marcus Page.
First pitch fouled out of play. And a ball hit out to right center field. Going to be a long run again. And it's caught in center field. Runners will tag. And a run is in for Bishop Gorman. Page with a sacrifice fly. Burnett tracks it down in center as Hernandez scores to make it 15-3. Segovia goes from second to third. So now runners at the corners with 2 outs for Bo Capana.
You're in the lot here? Yeah. I'm out here too.
Now Donahue, the right-hander, ready. And the first pitch fouled off over on the third base side. That's strike 1. 2 aboard with 2 outs, a run in to make it 15-3. Pitch comes in low for a ball, count 1-1. Well, we know now that the winner of this game will face Canyon Del Oro, who beat Rancho by a final score of 3-0 over on field 2. Our game moving along pretty well, at least based on the score, as that ball is off the glove and then throw to second base, not in time. Line drive that Lyle wasn't able to bring in. He had to go a ways to try to haul it in, but could not get it, and tried to force the runner at second base, not in time. So another run in to make it 16-3. And Jarrell Hingata at the plate. Pitch over for a strike, but that's a game over on the other field. Less than an hour and a half to get that one in. Look back to second in the pitch. And that's over on the right side, knocked down. And Peterson able to throw out the runner to end the inning. 2 more across for Bishop Gorman in the 5th, and it's 16-3. Top of the order for St. Laurence in the bottom of the 5th. The first pitch to Jimmy Burnett over for a strike. Burnett, Peterson, McCormick scheduled for the Vikings in the 5th. The ground ball back up the middle, knocked down by Grech, and his throw to first base is in time. Leadoff hitter retired. Now the Vikings in a position where they've got to score 4 runs just to extend the game. Otherwise, this one will end by a run rule score. First one grounded off the foot of the hitter, and it's strike 1. And the next pitch low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Fastball over the outside corner, and it's 1-2. One out, base is empty, bottom of the 5th. And a ball first base side, that'll get foul and out of play. We stay at 1-2. Well, a rough start to this one for St. Laurence, giving up 8 runs in the first inning. Struggled with the strike zone early. 3 walks, 2 hit batters in the inning. And a ball into center field, and that's Hingata there with the catch for out number 2.
Third baseman Matt McCormick.
Now Matt McCormick representing the final out for the Vikings in the 5th. Fastball over the outside corner, strike one. And a ground ball over to the right side should do it. Picked up there, and Israel throws on to first base. And it's a 3-up, 3-down Vikings fifth inning. And we are final as Bishop Gorman beats St. Lawrence by a final score of 16-3. Bishop Gorman advances then to the 2016 Christmas Memorial Cherry Field Classic Championship game, where they will face the number 2 seed Canyon Del Oro Dorados. That'll be a 3 o'clock first pitch here on field number 1. And for St. Lawrence, they'll play for third place over on field 2 at 3 o'clock against the Rancho Rams from Las Vegas. So that will do it. Again, our final score, Bishop Gorman 16 and St. Lawrence 3. From Cherry Field in Tucson, Todd Garbison for Southwest Sports Network saying so long, and we'll talk to you again soon.